Hi, welcome back to Bryant Systems. I'm Scott Bryant. I just want to talk to you today about Jamie Oliver putting on Facebook that cholesterol is bad for you and it's in coconut oil, so you shouldn't eat it or use it. Okay, the reason why Jamie Oliver is so wrong is that cholesterol is not bad for the body. There's different types of cholesterol, so you've got to remember that. But cholesterol is really, really good for the body. You've got to think, how did we get here? Okay, we've been eating cholesterol for hundreds of thousands of years by eating meat. Okay, we all need to have meat in our diet. We all need to have lots of cholesterol in our diet because cholesterol mimics hormones. Okay, on top of cholesterol mimics hormones, the other thing that it does is that it helps with mood. Okay, so you can read a book called Cholesterol the Myths there. Okay, and it's written by a PhD, so this guy is not stupid. The book is really, really good. And a lot of the cholesterol myths that are being pushed out there in the media is to get you on a statin drug. Okay, the statin drugs will damage your liver and kidney, but cholesterol won't. The other thing is that in Jamie Oliver's world, in cooking, they cook with olive oil. Now, when you cook with olive oil at high temperatures, it denatures it and turns it into a carcinogen in the body, so a cancer-forming product. So in all the a la carte restaurants and places like that, they're always using olive oil to cook with because it adds flavour to the food. Okay, but in the same time it's adding flavour, they're giving you a carcinogen product. The other thing in most commercial kitchens, they use vegetable oil all the time. Vegetable oil, not olive oil, not coconut oil, vegetable oil. And vegetable oil denatures under high heat as well, and that can increase the bad cholesterol in the body hugely. This is why you must stay away from olive oil, or some oils can't handle high heat. But the oils that can handle high heat are coconut oil, butter, beef tallow, and lard, and what's the other one? Clarified butter and stuff like that. Okay, but in some societies they use too much of clarified butter or too much of what they're using may cause high cholesterol. Okay, so you've got to think about the ratios of good cholesterol to bad cholesterol. Okay, so when you go to the doctor, this book will tell you all about it. When you go to the doctor, if he does a cholesterol test on you, will always say it's too high because the drug companies put everything a lower level, but in their documents it's higher. So as soon as they see it's too high, oh, you've got to go on a cholesterol drug. Okay, so if you need to go on a cholesterol drug to lower your cholesterol that damages your kidney and your liver, why would you even put that inside the body? You'll just reduce the cholesterol eating foods that you're eating. Okay, in the media, there's constant crap in the media about diet and lifestyle. They're only looking at one avenue in the national media about diet and lifestyle. So the other day it was bacon. Bacon's bad for you. Then they're saying sausages are bad for you. Then they're saying the too many eggs are bad for you. Then they'll be saying too much bread is bad for you. Then they're saying that you should eat 7 pieces of fruit or 6 pieces of fruit a day. If you're eating 6 or 7 pieces of fruit a day, that will be stored on the body as sugar and stored in the body as fat because your body can't utilize more than 23 grams of sugar a day, and that would be in half an apple. So anything more than half an apple a day will really affect your sugar levels. And obviously, the other thing that it does is that eating lots of sugar will affect your immune system, will affect the way that you gain body fat, and will affect your blood sugar levels going up and down. So you could end up like hyperglycemic and stuff like that. and getting insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is another problem that you can have when you get a big belly, which now they just said in the paper that if you've got a big belly, that you've got more chance of dying than if you've got a flat belly, which I believe that to be true. But look at sumo wrestlers. They're super strong, they've got super big bellies. So can you see how every day there's something new about health, or not new, but they're always trying to poo-poo something. So that's why you need to come and see an elite professional master CHEK practitioner level 4 if you're looking for help in your diet and lifestyle and you want to know what Jamie Oliver is talking about. Okay, so I've got some books to recommend. So you can read Cholesterol, I can put my glasses on, Cholesterol Remiss, Exposing the Fatality of Saturated Fats and Cholesterol Causing Heart Disease. Okay, so that's that book. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I turn that off. There you go. Can you see that? That's Cholesterol the Myths. Okay. The next book that you can read is about the metabolic typing diet. Okay, so with the metabolic typing diet, it's putting you into a category of either you're a fast oxidizer, mixed oxidizer, or slow oxidizer, and your oxidation rate and your body style and body shape determines what sort of food you should be eating and how much of it. So if you're a carbohydrate type, you eat less meat and more carbohydrates. If you're a protein type, you eat more meat and less carbohydrates. And if you're a mixed type, you eat equal amounts of carbohydrates to proteins to fats. And fats are really, really important. So a lot of people in the health world know that when you eat a good amount of fat, you're less hungry, the body stabilizes. Dr. Mercola advertises lots of fats. Paul Chek advertises lots of fats. Many of the elite professionals out there will advocate lots of fat. And many of the elite professionals out there, not Jamie Oliver, will advocate coconut oil and all these types of foods or oils to get inside the system to regulate the system much better. Okay, as well as, you know, coconut oil being really good for killing fungus. 95% of people have got fungal infections from too much sugar that the media is telling them to eat, like 7 pieces of fruit a day and all that crap. Okay, so, and then there's another book that you can read which is called Physical Degeneration by Weston A. Price. So Weston A. Price looked at indigenous populations throughout the world, and he found, and he was a dentist as well, so he looked at the conditions of the teeth and looked at how the jaw has a big connection to your health. So if you're a person with wonky teeth or teeth that are not straight, it could be because you've got too much sugar in your diet. And there's some pictures, I'm just trying to find a picture in here. And he looked at the skeletal structures, and there we go, here we go. So here's loads of people with dodgy teeth. Can you see that? Okay, and here's people with perfect teeth, perfect alignment. So when people have perfect teeth and perfect alignment, that comes from your diet. Okay, if you read Pottinger's Cats, that's a scientific study that looks at the 3rd generation of cats. If the first generation was fed on milk and visceral and bones, the cat was much healthier than eating tin food. Now, my mum, she breeds dogs. She now feeds the dogs better than she feeds herself. From a point of view is that with the dogs, she'll give them organic meat, she'll give them oils, she'll give them all the best stuff she possibly can to make their coat shinier. She found that by feeding the dogs an organic diet, that they have to go to the vet less. Considering when she was giving them like processed food that's dried, the dog had to keep going to the doctor, not the doctors, but to the vet all the time, in which to, you know, correct the health of the dog. So in the Pottinger's Cat story, they're talking about how cats, as they was on condensed milk and food that was processed, did it affect the whole skeletal structure and how that could be affecting humans at the same time. So Jamie Oliver is definitely wrong. I know that I used to work in commercial kitchens. I was a qualified chef in my teens when I was in my 20s, and we used to use olive oil to cook with. We used lots and lots of vegetable oil all the time. Okay, and obviously we the science is different now compared to what it was when I was in my 20s, which is 24 years ago. Wow, that's a long time, but it seems like yesterday. That it's really, really important to remember that a guy that's in the chefing world will not understand health to a deeper degree. Okay, and you've got to think about, why is he putting that stuff out there? He's putting that out there to get people wound up so they all start blogging like me or commenting and all that type of stuff. Because obviously he's into media to keep his fame going and all that type of stuff. So Jamie Oliver, because you said that, I will never buy one of your books. Well, I've never bought one of your books because I think that it's just a money making machine for you, you know, writing books, but success to you anyway, which I think is great. But because I'm an Essex boy myself, I just don't believe in what you're saying is not right. You need to study more and read more instead of just saying coconut oil is bad. Uh, you're not a health guru, you're not a trainer, you don't know what you're talking about, so you shouldn't really be spouting this stuff because you have a big following in the media and some people will listen to you. The same as I was speaking to somebody the other day, oh, because of in the media you get cancer from eating sausages and bacon, people are not going to eat it anymore. Uh, but they've been eating it for years and years, so they've already got the cancer anyway, and cancer's always present in the body, and all it takes is a stress or something to happen to trigger that cancer. And then with the radiation in the air and the planes flying over constantly, that it will give you cancer, smoking will give you cancer, passive smoking will give you cancer, and all this type of stuff. So cancer is everywhere. So what I say to people and what I feel myself is that you should just live, be, and enjoy your life. You are going to die. That's an inevitable fact. I got told that when I was about 11 at school, and my teacher said one inevitable thing is that we're all destined to age and die. So do you want to age and die quickly, or would you like to slow it down by looking after yourself and having no coconut oil like Jamie Oliver is saying? Or do you just want to enjoy your life, which I speak to many people and they say, yeah, I have a glass of wine, I, you know, have a Chinese, I enjoy my life, and I don't take any notice of all this stuff in the media. And I believe that that is the way to go. But obviously, if you've got a big belly and all that type of stuff, yeah, that can cause early death and cause some problems. So you've got to be careful. But there's just so much misinformation in the media. So really, come and see an elite professional like myself. There's many CHEK practitioners out there that can help you, that study in depthly, you know, and keep their knowledge updated constantly, in which to give you the latest stuff. And in the media, you shouldn't really listen to the media because the media will go hell bent for one subject. You know, I remember a while ago that we shouldn't eat chickens because of salmonella poisoning. Now you got a certain amount of salmonella in your gut anyway, so it just makes me laugh that, you know, all this stuff keeps coming out in the media, which is more and more confusing people, which is great for me because I get busier and busier showing people the real right way to go. So I'm Scott Bryant of Active Bryant Systems. Hope you've enjoyed my blog. Comment at the bottom, subscribe that way, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.